guys, I just wanted to come on and show you how the following pages are editable. So I'm going to go ahead, I made this slide here, which you won't see in your, well, you will see this in your file, but you're not going to see it right here. I just wanted to use this as an example. Everything on the following pages in this particular file are editable, which means you can select them. Now I'm using a Mac, but it's the same thing for Windows users. So if I were to select these words and I wanted to change the font, I would just select it. Now what I did on my Mac was I double clicked everything and it was selected. You may want to click, hold, and drag. That will also select it, or you can just select the text box itself, which is what I just did there, and then you can come up here and you can totally change it. Now let's say that you want to fill out this space a little bit. You can just go right here, and this is increasing the font size and this is decreasing the font size. I kind of think that the 80 is too big, so I can get it perfect by just taking it down. I'll try 78. I don't mind that. And I'm going to scoot it over a little bit. Now I'm using the arrows on my keyboard to go right, left, and up. That's all that I'm doing there. I can also change the color of anything on here as well. You could do that two ways. On my PowerPoint, this is font color. You can change everything here, or I'm going to take you to the Format tab. This right here, this is dealing with the text box itself. So if I wanted to give a line, watch what happens. You're going to see, let's put it in color so you can see it a little bit better. Well, you can't see it really good there. We'll make it even bigger so you can see it. Okay, that will create a line. I don't want that, obviously, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. But I just wanted to show you that this side of the Format tab is for the text box that you have selected, but everything from this little dotted line over, this is going to be concerning the font. So if I want to change the font color, I can simply do that. Okay, so we talked about changing the font color, we talked about the text box. So you could change anything on here like that. Let's go specifically to the table. So this is a table and these are called cells. This is a column, this is a column, this is a column. So there are 3 columns and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows. If you didn't need 7 rows, let's say that you just wanted to use 6, you could. Now watch what happens to my cursor. I'm going to take it right to the left. You could do it over here or you could do it over here. It doesn't matter. It's going to highlight that and then I'm simply going to press delete and that takes it away. Now what do I do with all this space here? I can do one of two things. I can either move my notes up here and have more room for notes, or you could take that away and, you know, add your own wording. Maybe you want special announcements, maybe you want something different than what I have there. I'm going to drag that back down because what you can do, if you look at your table, you can see that there are dots at the top, the bottom, and on both sides. That simply means that if you grab it, watch what happens again to my cursor. It's going to turn to this little guy where there's an arrow up and there's an arrow pointing down. If you select it, click, hold it down, and then drag it, it's going to make that bigger. It's just filling it out for you. All right, so if we actually want to manipulate the boxes themselves, the text boxes, watch what happens up here whenever I do that. If I completely click out of the text box area and then I click inside of this particular text box, you can see that this has now been selected. If I wanted to change that, I'm going to go to table layout. No, I take that back. I'm going to go to tables. Now you can go, what these are preset colors for you to pick from. And this is what it does. I don't really like that just because I like to have more control. Those aren't really, you know, my colors that I would typically choose from, but that might be easy for you and you might like that. So that's always an option. I always go to fill and you can see that these are the colors I've already selected. I got these here by going to more colors. And if you toggle here, it will kind of increase the shadow effect of these colors whenever you're selecting the white, if that makes sense. So sometimes whenever I click, I'm going to go back and do this again just because I think it can be a little bit confusing. Anyhow, so if I select that, I go to fill, I go to more colors. Sometimes whenever I do that, it will be on the black and it looks like, whoa, where did all my colors go? If you just take this and push it all the way over to the left, you can see that it brightens everything and it's easy to see the colors at that point. So the way that I got those colors that I had shown you, I just simply clicked in here, and if I pressed OK, it's done. So you can change the color of any of these text boxes to suit your needs however you want. It doesn't matter. If you don't want this check mark column here, it's fine. I would click out. Now, you're not going to, there it is, there it is. I was going to say it might be more difficult to get that little arrow pointing down where you can select, because this is a text box. You can scoot that guy to the side for a second and then come here and then hit delete. And let's say, oh my goodness, you know, you made a mistake, you really want that now. You come up here to the undo and just click that and it will come back for you. You can also change, of course, the color and the fonts within the table itself. So again, if you just select it and you come up to your font file, you can change any of those fonts. And I should state that this font here and this font as well are AG Fonts by Amy Grossback. I absolutely adore her fonts, so I use them a lot. Anyhow, that's what you do. I hope that that makes sense. Also, okay, a couple other things. You can see that these fonts are formatted to fit both center aligned and in the middle of the cell. The way that and you can see that this one is on the top part of the cell and aligned to the left. So let me show you how to do that. And let's use this as an example. It's already preset to be Century Gothic font for you guys in all of these. I did that for you, so you don't have to change that unless you want something different, which is totally fine. You may want to just print these out blank and fill them out by hand or assign a student helper to do that throughout the day as assignments are given. So it's completely up to you how you utilize that. Now, whenever I'm clicking in that cell, and let's say that I want to make it center aligned and in the middle, all that I have to do is come here and I'm going to hit this. Right now you can see it's on the left aligned. This is center and this is right aligned. So I'm going to hit center aligned, and then if you come right here, it looks like a piece of paper. Right now it's at the top. This would be middle and this would be bottom. I'm going to select middle and watch what happens. It just changes it to that, which I think is really cool, and a lot of people don't know that that's there. It's the simplest thing, but it's very helpful. What else do we need to talk about? I think that that's really the gist of it. Oh, for the notes. Okay, so let's say you wanted to type in your notes here. It's completely up to you how you want to do that. You could extend this over if you would like. Now you can see that this is center aligned, so it's following me. Let's come back up here and hit left align. Now what I would do is grab this little guy and push it in so that notes starts here. Now if you, let me just type something. Today, comma, you missed a really wonderful presentation during your special class. Whoop, back up. We missed you so much, and we hope you are feeling better. Okay, so I'm good with all of that, but let's say you had a lot to write and you needed this to be smaller. You can go ahead and do one of two things. So I just simply clicked, held down the cursor, and I pushed it over to the side. It selects everything. You could do it that way, or I just like to select something in that text box, and you can see that it visually brings up the text box. If I grab the outside of it, you can see how it kind of changes. Watch the text box whenever I grab the line, and you can see it looks like there's 4 arrows pointing up, down, left, and right. I'm going to go ahead and select it. You can see it kind of like softens it a little bit. That's how you know that it is ready to go. So what I'm doing here, right now it's at 20 font, size 20. I'm just decreasing it, and whenever I decrease it, that just gives me more room to type. So I could come down here, maybe, okay. I can type more now that I have made the font size smaller. Yay. So it's really easy. It's easy to work with. I just wanted to show you guys the other forms that I have here. All that I did here, I'll show you how I did that. What I mean by that is you can see that there's a line that's kind of offset. I just like that look. You can select whichever portion of this that you want to do that to, if you want to do that, and you will copy it. And for my Windows users, you would right click copy, I use Command C on a Mac after I select it, and then on a Mac I use Command V, but you're going to copy then paste, same thing. And I'm actually going to get a format here because what I want to do is go to fill. I want to hit no fill. It looks like it completely disappeared, but it didn't, because here I'm going to go to line, and then I'm going to simply push it up with my arrows and over so that it's kind of offset a little bit, which is a lot of fun. You can also play with the thickness of the line. So all that I did was I went to line, I hit that little arrow, I came down here to weight, and then let's see, this is going to be super thick and I'm not going to like it, but I just want to show you. It's not terrible. It's really not terrible, but anyhow, that's how you do it. This here, I have, okay, so whenever you do that, that's going to bring you the text box, but this I inserted as a shape, and then I put this over top of it. So I'm going to put that guy back, but let's say you wouldn't want that shape. You could just select it and delete it, and you maybe want to put something different. I'm going to go ahead and leave that guy there and bring these back. So whenever I want to move the text that I have inserted, I'm just clicking, holding, and I'm dragging. These are just simple directions for your students. Again, change them, maybe completely get rid of them. You're not worried about it. You can select this and you can even pull it up to meet that guy. So it's really workable. It's super easy. I just think it's nice to have a visual representation of exactly what it is that you can do with it. I'm a visual learner, and if any of you are like me, you will feel the same way. So again, everything is here for you. I offered several options just so you can get a jump start and find one that you like. I also have another file, as you have seen, that is not editable. If you like those better, certainly use that. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later.